Have you ever wanted to spend time with the person you love?
It's good to see you.
When you know it's time to take things further.
Do you have some time?
Of course.
You need a break. Come on.
Ryland's men will monitor the situation.
Yes, sir. We'll begin preparations at once.
In the meantime, we'll send soldiers to assist with the relief effort. That will be all.
Sir.
There's always something more, isn't there?
Wishing we were somewhere else?
I barely found time to get away before. This war won't last forever. When it started, I hadn't considered much beyond our survival. But things are different now.
What do you mean?
I find myself wondering what will happen after. When this is over, I won't want to move on. Not from you. But I don't know what you... That is, if you...
Don't you know that I love you?
Cullen, do you need to ask?
I suppose not. I want... No. Leave me. Leave me.
Bad dream?
They always are. Without lyrium, they're worse. I didn't mean to worry you.
You can let me worry about you a little.
All right. You are... Oh, I have never felt anything like this.
I love you. You know that, right?
I love you too.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
You picked the wrong day.
Countless better men and women than you are dead. Why shouldn't this be quick?
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I served a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Look, I messed up in bed with my boyfriend, and you're talking this? If it wasn't for the fact that my team would get pissed at me, I'd make you tranquil. But I'm gonna kill you!
Lord Eramond, any protection you thought you had has apparently been withdrawn. You will die. By my hand.
Petty actions. Truth lies in the next world.
Don't mess with me. I cannot believe I finally hit him in the bed. I finally hit him in the bed. What do? Completely mess it up.
Your knife is big.
It's a sword.
It's bigger than mine.
And now you've made it awkward.
Welcome back. It's been a while since I've been in this game, hasn't it? I am recording this. Well, you'll probably get it tomorrow. I'm recording the voice-over for this dragon fight. Like within 24 hours of you receiving it. I always wanted to go back to that Cullen scene because that's what it messed me up. It messed me up really bad. I had this whole scene worked out where, they finally taken their relationship further. Only took, game number 3 to make it happen. And what happens? My character has sexual dysfunction. She kisses him and she doesn't embrace him. They have sex, she doesn't stay in the bed, she's dressed, what the hell? Oh, I was so embarrassed. I was just so embarrassed. I felt like it was me, but I would never do anything like that. It just completely wrecked everything. So, yeah. And I've spoken before about, I'm gonna play a man in Mass Effect because I refuse to have my sexual prowess undermined. But, yeah, but the funny thing about it is that I still don't know how this game ends. I still have no idea how Dragon Age Inquisition ends. So I'm most likely going to play it through because inquiring minds want to know. But one of the main reason why I decided to do a voiceover over this instead of the actual gameplay, which is quite outdated at this point, is because I wanted to thank you guys for hanging in there with me while I took care of some personal stuff, some medical stuff, and personal real life stuff. And I haven't been uploading voice videos as much as I go through the treatment process of recuperating. I was uploading the Elder Scrolls videos because I wanted to get in the practice of there being content on the channel every day, regardless of what is going on in my personal life. And it wasn't about views or anything like that. So while I appreciate you guys saying, you'd get more views if you did such and such and such, it wasn't about that. It was about training me to have content on the channel on a regular basis, regardless of what's going on in my personal life. Similar to, you have a cold, you may take a day or two off, but no matter how long that cold lasts, unless you want to use up all your vacation time, you've got to go back to work, right? So it's that kind of thing. So that was one part. And the second part was something that I didn't expect. As I was coming off the medications, because I do feel much better now. It's just getting my lungs, which are improving greatly, back into the swing of things. And talking has a tendency to make me cough, which is why I sort of chilled on the talking videos, because it caused me to cough, which, sort of set things back. But coming off of those medications, the only way that I can describe it is like, you ever been in a relationship with someone and they're the most wonderful thing wonderful person that you've ever encountered in your whole life, and you wonder how you were so lucky for this person to be in your life. And then time goes on, you go through some things, yada yada blah blah. And then you look back and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? This person and I are not what have I done? How do I extract myself from this situation? And then after you look back and you're just like, you're wondering what parallel universe your brain was on to cause you to go into that situation in the first place. That realization is how I'm feeling after coming off of medications. I'm looking back at some of the things that I've done, and I'm like, what the hell? One of those things is how I play games. I think due to the medications, I wasn't able to play as well as I normally would. So I would pick classes that, I don't mind pet classes, but I think I became dependent on pet classes because I wasn't playing optimal. So coming off the medications, I found myself picking things, classes that I normally wouldn't pick. Like in Warframe, I preferred getting in there and just carving things up with blades versus shooting from a distance, with a gun. So I find that interesting. And how I edit videos as well. With Dragon Age, I felt the need to show everything. And now, looking at those videos, it's not that I hate the videos or anything like that, but there are instances where I see where, okay, let me put it like this. If you're playing a game that had just come out, I could see you wanting to put the whole thing up, okay? From my standpoint, I can't talk about other content creators. But I started playing the game way after it had been out. So showing every little thing was sort of redundant. What I like to do is make custom scenes and do something custom so that it's not the same thing that you've already seen without a perspective or anything like that. So looking at Mass Effect, one of the reasons why I've delayed it is because it was like, how do I want to approach this? Because when I first thought about it, it's like I'm going to play through it and I'm going to, upload it, as a playthrough. But I think I want to do what I did with Dragon Age, is when something inspires me to make a scene, to make something different, to give my character more character outside of the storyline that was already carved out. That's hot. That's the thing for me. So I think that's what I'm going to do, which means that there will be less videos, but most likely, but not the tediousness, or not tedious. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Like when I made that video about Cullen and my character's first fight, you can't see that anywhere else. It's only here because it's custom to the relationship that my tune has with Cullen. So if I were to redo this playthrough, that's what it would be. I would play through the game, you wouldn't even know that I was playing through it. Particularly to see how it ends. Damn, I don't even know how it ends. And do it like that, and then you just see it, boom, hitting you. And that's what I'm doing with Mass Effect. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I just wanted to share that with you because if you're noticing changes in me, like what I say online and whatnot, it's because I'm noticing that, I have like a blank slate. I survived something a lot of people don't survive, and I'm so humbled and blessed by that. But on the flip side, it's like, there's so much shit I can do, and I've been living under a rock. do you know they have self-driving cars now that can parallel park? And I posted on Twitter where they've got an app for the Telsa car that you can turn it on and make it move and from your phone. But then I was like, well, what if you lose the phone, you know? I feel like I've been exhumed from the dead 100 years, out, into the future, and I'm looking at all this stuff. So I apologize for that, but if you're willing to take that journey, it's going to be a wild ride watching me relearn what you guys already know from a childlike perspective, I guess, because I've got that kind of joy, because I'm just grateful to even be here. Are you going to die anytime soon? There we go. So I guess that is it for this one. Another dragon down. Thank you for hanging in there with me and being patient with me while I sort things out. And I will see you guys in the next one.